Emotional withdrawal is a common human response to stress, conflict, or psychological overload. It refers to a pattern where individuals reduce emotional expression, limit social engagement, and create distance from others. While it can appear as avoidance or indifference, it is often a complex adaptive strategy shaped by experience, personality, and environment. One major cause is chronic stress. When a person is exposed to prolonged pressure at work, school, or in relationships, the nervous system can shift into a protective mode. Emotional expression requires cognitive and physiological resources, and under sustained stress, these resources become limited. As a result, withdrawal functions as a way to conserve energy and reduce further emotional strain. Another important factor is past relational experience. Individuals who have encountered repeated rejection, criticism, or emotional invalidation may learn that openness leads to discomfort or harm. Over time, they may begin to anticipate negative outcomes in social interactions. This expectation can become automatic, leading them to disengage emotionally even in situations that are not immediately threatening. Attachment patterns formed in early life also play a significant role. People who grew up with caregivers who were inconsistent, emotionally unavailable, or overly controlling may develop strategies that prioritize independence and emotional self-containment. In adulthood, this can manifest as difficulty trusting others or discomfort with closeness. Emotional withdrawal in this context is not a lack of feeling, but a learned method of maintaining psychological stability. Depressive states can also contribute to withdrawal. Depression often reduces motivation, emotional responsiveness, and interest in social interaction. This is not a conscious choice, but a shift in how the brain processes reward and social signals. As social engagement feels less rewarding, individuals may progressively isolate themselves, which can further reinforce low mood and disconnection. Social anxiety is another contributing mechanism. People with heightened sensitivity to evaluation or judgment may reduce emotional expression to avoid perceived negative attention. This can include limiting conversation, avoiding eye contact, or withholding personal thoughts. The withdrawal here serves as a safety strategy to minimize perceived social risk. Cognitive overload can also lead to emotional retreat. When individuals are managing too many demands at once, such as work tasks, family responsibilities, and personal challenges, the mind may prioritize problem solving over emotional processing. In such cases, emotional detachment is a temporary narrowing of focus rather than a stable personality trait. Neurobiological factors are relevant as well. Differences in stress reactivity, emotion regulation systems, and neurotransmitter activity can influence how strongly a person responds to emotional stimuli. Some individuals naturally experience higher baseline reactivity and may therefore rely more heavily on withdrawal to maintain equilibrium. Importantly, emotional withdrawal is not always negative. In some situations, it provides necessary psychological distance, allowing a person to regain clarity and stability before re-engaging socially. However, when it becomes persistent, it can reduce social support, increase isolation, and limit access to corrective interpersonal experiences. Understanding emotional withdrawal requires viewing it as a functional response rather than simply a behavioral problem. It reflects the interaction between environment, learning history, and biological predisposition. Addressing it effectively often involves reducing chronic stressors, improving emotional safety in relationships, and rebuilding gradual capacity for connection.